The time of important ancient finds is by no means over. Treasures are still buried and hidden all over the world, and there are still experts and specialists looking for them. Stumbling upon such fortunes, however, doesn't always require skill or specialization. It frequently just takes luck. Many people have recently been lucky enough to find hidden treasures, and we've put together this video to show you the remarkable finds. So welcome to Info Plus, and let's go. Number 10. Largest tanzanite. It is very rare for someone to go to bed poor and wake up rich the next day, but it does happen once in a while. In June 2020, a miner from Tanzania named San Nino had this happen to him. He was working when he came across a pair of rough tanzanite stones, which he was able to sell for a whopping $3.4 million. Tanzanite gets its name from the fact that it can only be found in the northern parts of Tanzania, making it a very rare rock. Geologists say that by the year 2040, there will be no more tanzanite reserves in the ground that have not yet been mined. Mr. Laser dug the stones himself and sold them to the country's mining chief for a record-breaking amount of money. To understand how important his find is, it's worth remembering that the previous record for the largest single tanzanite find was 7 pounds. In contrast, San Nino's stones were impressively heavy at 12 and 20 pounds. Number 9. The Saddle Ridge Hoard. Even if you just walk around your own garden, taking the dog for a walk can be the best part of the day. It gives you a chance to get some fresh air, and if you're very lucky, you might find a collection of old American gold coins worth $10 million. An unknown couple living in Sierra Nevada, California, experienced this stroke of good fortune in 2013. They discovered a collection of $20, $10, and $5 coins that were made between 1847 and 1894 and had a face value of more than $25,000. It is the most expensive find of gold coins ever found in the United States. The couple found the coins in 8 rusty cans after stopping to look at one that was sticking out of the ground near a tree. Nobody has ever been able to figure out who buried the wealth in the first place. The couple went to Kagan's Incorporated, a collectible company, to find out what the coins were and how to sell them. Kagan's made a deal to sell about 90% of the coins through Amazon. He and his wife chose to keep the rest of the coins as treasured memories. Number 8. Merit Renaissance Painting. A highly religious woman who lived near Paris, France, purchased a religious painting many years ago and proudly hung it in her home's kitchen. Over the years, the painting got a thick layer of grease from being close to the stove. This made it get darker and less beautiful than it used to be. In 2019, when the old woman was thinking about throwing away the painting, her grandson talked her into getting it valued first. To their surprise, they discovered that this simple kitchen decoration was actually a long-lost painting by the famous Italian artist Cimabue, also known as Senni di Peppo. This painting had been thought to be lost or destroyed for ages. Cimabue finished the painting called The Mocking of Christ in the year 1280. Only 10 pieces of Cimabue's art are known to exist in the whole world. The artwork was thought to be of incalculable value by experts despite the grease and damage that had accumulated over the years on the kitchen wall. Not surprisingly, the family decided to make money off of the wealth they had found. When they finally sold the painting, it was worth a stunning amount of nearly $40 million. Number 7. Quartz Cluster. The main goal of Coleman's quartz mine near Jesseville, Arkansas in the United States is to find quartz. A truly remarkable find was made at the mine in 2018 though. A huge clump of quartz was unearthed. It was 8 feet long and weighed 2,000 pounds. This amazing find is thought to be the most expensive thing found at the mine since it opened in the 1940s. The cluster would be worth about $3.5 million if it were sold as a single piece. Even though the mining company got the huge cluster out of the ground and cleaned it up, they still haven't been able to find a buyer who wants to acquire it all at once. They are determined to sell it as a whole cluster instead of splitting it up. As a result, until a buyer comes along with the money and willingness to acquire it, the exceptional quartz piece is kept safely under lock and key at the mine. Number 6. A hidden Norman Rockwell. In Sandgate, Vermont, where his late father used to live, a man named Dave Tractive made a remarkable find in 2006. A well-known Norman Rockwell painting was uncovered behind a fake wall. But a strange thing happened. The original version of the painting, The Breaking Home Ties, was already on show at the Norman Rockwell Museum in Stockbridge, Massachusetts. The original artwork was reportedly purchased by Dave's artist father, Don Tractive, for just $900 in 1960, according to the stories unraveling. Dave's son thinks that their father made a copy of the painting so that he could keep the original hidden from his wife during a contentious divorce. After that, Don had given the copy to the museum and kept the original for himself. In the end, the painting was proven to be real, and it set a new record for the most money ever paid at auction for a Rockwell piece. The work was sold for a whopping $15.4 million, which solidified its worth and cemented its place in art history. Number 5. 1956 Ford Thunderbird. A family in Michigan found a great trove of classic cars that had been hidden and left alone for about 30 years. The family was shocked when they found a collection of 28 Thunderbirds, one of which was believed to be worth more than $27,000 in 2016. A group of auctioneers met with the family in a different place and then put the cars up for auction. The auctioneers were then led by the family to the property where the cars were kept, revealing a remarkable collection of old cars, like a rare 1932 Ford Model T and a 1987 Chevy Silverado truck. The collection was sold for $300,000. Such hidden car collections are rare, and stumbling upon one can lead to unexpected shocks and big financial gains for the owners. Number 4. Comic book collection. Michael Rohr didn't know how much it was worth when he found a box of his late great-uncle Billy Wright's comic book collection in Martinsville, Virginia, in 2012. Rohr didn't understand how valuable Action Comics #1 could be until a coworker brought it up. This is where Superman first appeared. To his surprise, the collection did have that famous comic book and a lot of other hard-to-find issues from the early 1940s. Batman made his first showing in Detective Comics #27, and Batman #1 was also there. When sold at auction, these two issues alone brought in $523,000 and $275,000, respectively. The collection brought in an amazing $3.6 million in total, revealing the amazing hidden wealth Rohr had discovered by accident. Number 3. The Hackney Hoards. In 2007, Terence Castle started building a new pond on his property in Hackney Borough, which is a part of London. He had no idea that this easy job would lead him to a treasure he didn't expect. A collection of American gold coins worth over $1 million was unearthed as the gardeners dug. The Portable Antiquities Scheme and the British Museum were contacted right away by Terence, and they looked into the history of this remarkable find. It turned out that the coins belonged to the Salzbacher family, which was made up of German Jews who moved to the area during World War II. The family buried their gold because they were afraid that Nazi forces would steal from local banks. Tragically, all 5 family members who knew about this hiding place died during the war. Their secret prize stayed hidden until it was found by accident many years later. Number 2. Rare coins and rings. Alex Archibald, the owner of an antique shop in Canada, had a stroke of luck when he purchased the goods of a home for only $10,000. Little did he know that remarkable riches were waiting to be discovered hidden within the property. Alex was initially pulled to the home by the 1964 Cadillac in the garage, but he didn't look at the rest of the house before making the purchase. It was supposed to be a journey for his YouTube channel, but it turned out to be something else. When he walked into the house, he was shocked to find more expensive things than he could have ever imagined. Vintage gold and diamond rings, high-end designer clothes from names like Chanel and Burberry, silver dollars and money from the 1920s, and even a 100-ounce silver bar were among the finds. Making it his best purchase to date, Alex documented the amazing treasures and put their value at around $400,000. Number 1. Backyard Burial Ground. In 2018, heavy rains in the Gaza Strip turned up an old burying ground, which was a surprise. Archaeologists were called in to dig up the spot when parts of the tombs were found. 9 graves with clay pots that might have been from the time of the Roman Empire were uncovered by them. Some scientists think the pottery could be about 2,000 years old, but the exact age hasn't been determined yet. So, no one knows how much the things in the graves are worth.